It's Sunday night, and it's Tom Antion live here from Virginia Beach. And wow, we have a studio audience today. And it says my connection is weak, which I'm right like 3 feet from the Wi-Fi. And I'm going to teach the audience just to get things going here. That's the way it works. Connection is weak. Oh, isn't that a shame? But anyway, we got a great day here in Virginia Beach. We got our studio audience here, and I couldn't make it to Wisconsin this week, so I brought Wisconsin to me. You might notice that this cheese is actually good on my diet. Hey, Mary Lee, how are you? So high-fat cheese directly from Wisconsin. Actually, Joan Stewart is here, the publicity hound. Hey, Warren, how are you? Oh my gosh, Cheesehead. Getting all kinds of love out of Warren is there. He's the only one who knows how to push that button right. We're just finishing up the retreat. And we got people here that had a great weekend. I'm going to tell you about them here in a minute as we get going. But let's get to our fake sponsor for this. We always have a sponsor that's not actually sponsoring us. And I'm going to ask you throughout here to try to guess what this is. It's a representation of cheese, of course, but this actually has a real world use other than eating it. In fact, if you ate this piece of cheese, which is foam, it would constipate you more than regular cheese does. So anybody have a guess? If you do have a guess, Joan is right here. We'll get to him. Mary Lee Tolan, a good guess already. A pencil sharpener? No, not. But a good try. Very good try. It's about, I don't know, maybe 2 inches tall and 2 inches wide here. And it matches, too, if you notice. I am quite a fashionista, and I like my things to match. Now, I don't want to give a hint here. I imagine they have these, wouldn't they, Joan? They've got cheese earrings, cheese ties, probably got cheese slippers. I don't know, cheese condoms. I don't know if they might not have them. John says it might be an eraser. Well, we got a big pencil thing going here, but no, it's not. I don't think it really would. Mary Lee's trying again as a sponge. Warren says a wax candle. Mary Lee says sponge pants Tom. Instead of SpongeBob. Yeah, Dean says, no, you're not a fashion eater, you're a cheesinista. So I'm going to let you think about that for a while. We'll come back a little later and tell you what this really is. Let's see what we got going on here today. So in the news, we've got lots of news. And I want to warn you, if you decide to steal a cell phone from somebody, just be careful what you do with it, okay? So we'll get to that in the news section. In the scams, we're going to talk about some fake news. And no, I'm not talking about CNN. Or am I? Maybe. We'll see. In the brutal self-defense session, when can you kill somebody? You know, it's always on my mind lately. When can I actually kill somebody? And we'll talk about that in brutal self-defense. Internet section, hide your products. So some of these things I was just reminded because we're doing a lot of copywriting through the retreat weekend here. And that's one of the things I learned in 1996 from Corey Rudel. And speaking tip, just ask. In the A-hole of the week, I'll give you a hint on that one. I left my heart there. That's your hint for the A-hole of the week. And the hero of the week, a little boy saved his mom by not listening to her. So I'm not a big fan of kids disobeying, but if it saves somebody's life, I'm okay with it. Hey, let's see, what else? Dean says, what's in the nude? He means news. Mary Lee says, Dean Martin. No, he's not the asshole of the week. No. Hey, John, how are you? Nice of you to stop by. David says it's a mini sponge. Nope, not even close. Where are you going, John? You're, huh?
Get my camera.
Well, come on, you're on next. So come on around behind me and say hello to everybody and tell them how the weekend went. Oh, she's even got notes for the show. So everybody say hi, Joan. Hi, Joan. Joan Stewart, the publicity hound. You know I depend on her for my publicity training. And yeah, there's Mary Lee says, I want to say hi to Joan. Well,
hey,
there you go.
Mary Lee. How you doing?
Take it away, Joan.
Great to be here. I am at the Great Internet Marketing Retreat Center. I've been here all weekend with 2 other of Tom's mentees. And man, what a weekend. If you guys ever get a chance to come here, you have got to come. In addition to 3 solid days of learning, we have had a really fun time. We've been to a couple of terrific restaurants. Tom has mixed up these wonderful snacks for us.
Can you see Dean says hi, John says hi.
Hey, Dean. Hey. Hi, John. Tom mixes up the most wonderful snacks for us at night. He takes these raw chicken necks and mixes them with canned pumpkin and puts it in a blender, I think.
Everybody's going to want them if you tell them.
Everybody's going to want them
if we tell them. Yeah, everybody's going to want that. Yeah. And she took the food right out of my dog's mouth, put it that way.
Right, yeah. Yeah, anyway, the food is for his dog, and he always offers us to it every night, but we don't want to take it away from the dogs. And we said, maybe next time, but, not tonight, maybe next time. Anyway, we have learned, I'll bet you we spent at least 3/4 of a day just on copywriting, which I think is the #1 most important skill that I can learn to sell on the internet. Because if you can't convince people to buy your stuff, why even bother producing it? The second big thing that we did here this weekend is we went next door over at their video studio, and we shot videos for our homepage, our website. I shot 5 of them, including a video to use on my YouTube channel to pull traffic over to my website. And Tom gave us just a fabulous, a cheat sheet.
A cheat sheet.
With 5 tips on it.
Not a cheese sheet, a cheat sheet.
Not a cheese sheet.
Right. This is the cheese. I tried to, it's not very good.
No, that we can use when we do video. And it's a great tip I'm going to take home with me. That's going to help me crank out videos like that. In addition, when you come here to the Internet Marketing Retreat Center, you're going to be able to stay in a plush bedroom. He's even got these robes, these gorgeous white robes. These things must weigh 20 pounds. They're so thin. And on his marketing copy, he says you can come here and live in the lap of luxury, and it truly is.
That was lap dance.
Lap
I think it
dance.
Was. No.
Or is that later tonight?
No, it wasn't.
And it's been a gas here. And just so you don't think we've been having fun all weekend, this is my to-do list that we had to put together. Tom had us put together a to-do list tonight on our last night. And after dinner, the 3 of us and Tom sat here brainstorming back and forth, and we had to give him a whole to-do list of the stuff we were going to do when we get home. And it was great because it really keeps us on track. We also have had homework.
That's right.
To do while we were here. And that was also great. He had us actually write sales copy based on what we learned during the day. And getting the homework is going to make it so much easier to go home and just whip my awful sales pages into shape. So I can start hearing ka-ching, ka-ching.
Wait a minute, John, we're getting complaints that they say it's a cheesy show.
It's a cheesy, hey, you haven't seen anything yet. Has anybody guessed what that is?
Not yet. Nope, still trying. Keep trying. What is this, folks? You saw me take a bite out of it. Didn't work.
Direct from Wisconsin.
There we go. Well, thank you, Joan.
Okay. Can I give him one hint?
Yes, please.
What about publicity? What that is?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Okay. Tom has given you a little bit of a hint already as to what this is if you think about other things that he has said. And
I haven't worn an accessory that goes with this for a lot of years. So there's another hint for you.
There you go.
All right.
Okay, everybody.
Thanks,
good luck.
All right, yay, let's hear for Joan. Come on, give me that love across the screen for Joan. And Monique, you want to get on?
Sure.
All right, so we got Monique Manigault, and she is in the golden shower room. Now, I did not tell her the story about that, and so this will be the first time she heard it. A girl from the Netherlands was staying there, and we were having a house tour, and she couldn't speak English that well, and we have this enormous double shower, and she said in front of everybody, "Mr. Antion, thanks so much for the golden shower." And I said, "No problem, man." She's cute, too. So, Monique, the golden shower room was yours. And
Yes.
Monique is an attorney, a real estate broker, a fantastic motivational person and business strategist. So take it away, Monique.
Hi, Facebook. So glad to be on here with you all live. We've had a wonderful 4 days here in Virginia, just working nonstop, cranking out tons of products and copy for our sales pages to get traffic over to our sites so that we can produce more revenue. Such a wonderful time, and he's absolutely right. My bedroom is fabulous. It's like I'm in the spa when I'm in there. So happy to be here, and it's just been a really great, productive time here, and so happy that I came.
Awesome. All right, so, and you're going to go home, and
I'm
both
gonna
of
go
these
home
people are
and do a
doers.
lot
I'm
of
telling
work.
you, they got lists a mile long, and a lot of times people leave here. I don't have the confidence that they're going to do anything once they leave, but not with these two. So thanks so
Absolutely,
much.
and we have time to keep us on track.
That's right. I'll beat you with my cheese hat
Hi,
if you
Facebook.
don't. So come on, what is this, folks? I'll give you one more chance. Hi, Oren, how are you? I saw Emil come on a little earlier. And Dean says, "Dude, you didn't just say that, did you?" Yeah, I did. I said it. Well, people are giving me shit about cussing. I don't know what's wrong with that. But this is my cheese hat. So I'll tell you what this is. I'll tell you what. I'll turn it around and give you one more chance. Now what is it? Jeff says a game chip. Joey says, "Do you know what a golden shower is?" Yes, I do, Joey. That's the point. Okay, who's got? What another good guess? A cheese USB flash drive, and I'll bet they have those too. Lapel pin that's getting warm. Enamel pin's getting warmer. Dean, you're the winner. Tie clip. It's a cheese tie clip if you're wearing a tie. So you win the prize, Dean, which is an empty bottle of Cascade Ice Orange Mango. And the next time you're in the neighborhood, you stop by and give you the prize. And Monique didn't want it because it apparently is going to give you leukemia with the crap that's in this shit. And so, of course, I killed like 3 or 4 bottles over the weekend so that it can kill me. But, you know my thing about toxins. The more you ingest, the tougher you get, up to a point. All right. This thing is fucking hot. But I can see that in Wisconsin. This would keep your head warm. So, well, let's leave it here for a while. And let's get to the show. So, let's see what we got going on here. The weight loss thing. All right. So we started 44 years ago, or 2 months ago. Last week was 64 pounds down. This week, folks, 63 pounds down. So, and I got to tell you, I'm actually proud of that because this was only the second retreat I've been through since I've been on this weight loss. Enormous amounts of food around, but I stuck to my guns, and even though the volume I ate was a little too much, I passed up the focaccia bread. All I had at the Italian restaurant was an order of broccoli, a little bit of calamari that did have some breading on it, but I didn't have too much, and a beef meatball, which normally I would have had a giant thing of fettuccine that would have still been hanging on me today.
And an order of butter.
Oh, I ate a stick of butter pretty much too. Yeah, all right, you had to bring that up. Right? But anyways, high fat, remember, medium protein, low carb. And then we had pizza tonight, but I scraped off the cheese, ate it, and threw the crust away, which is not me, I'll tell you that. But anyway, I'm hanging in there. Hey, Brett, how are you, man? I forgot I'm going to get to your, he's our man on the street for weird news. And remind me what that last weird news item was, Brett, I forget. Mary Lee's all upset because she wanted to win the prize, the empty bottle. So better luck next time, Mary Lee. Keep trying. Okay, don't forget the deplorables.tv. We're about 4 days or 5 days, or I guess maybe a week now into our crowdfunding, raised about $3,000. Please spread the word, unless you think the lefties are going to, kick your ass or something. If you do, you can always be anonymous when you contribute. Don't forget that. Warren says, no, it's not. We ate like a medium pizza by ourselves when I was there. Yeah, that's true. You did. Okay, so let's get to, what are we getting to now? The mailbag. Sherry wants to know, can you attend the retreat weekend but not get into the entire year mentor program? I used to do that, but, it's impossible to get results. And I don't want to, I used to charge $5,000 for people just to come for the weekend. But I quit doing that, Sherry, because I want success from you. I don't want your $5,000 just to get it and do no work for it. It's a pretty easy weekend for me, but you're never going to get the success from just 3 or 4 days. You might get motivated, which is good, but I want you to be in the whole year so that you really get value out of it. So we don't do that anymore. Now, you offered me $5,050, I'll take it. All right. Paul says, I'm having big trouble hooking up my wireless printer. Don't we all, Paul? They say, oh, it's easy to hook up to the Wi-Fi. Bull pucky. All right? No, it isn't. So I got a 16-foot USB cable. I get it off of eBay, because if you go down to Best Buy, if they had one at 16 feet, because mine's clear across the living room here, they would charge $40 or something for it, some crazy, or an HDMI cable is crazy. You get them off eBay, I get 10-foot HDI cables for $2 or $3, and they work just as good as the other ones. So don't buy those kind of things locally, but God help you. If you had a geek to keep it running all the time, every time it loses the IP address and stuff, so I've never had any luck with Wi-Fi printers, so can't help you there. Jerry says, I saw your infomercial online. How did you produce it? Well, there was a guy he's now in Texas that did it for me, but now we get Starley Murray to do that, where she rents the studio and would be the interviewer, and I provide the questions, and I dress up, which is, not very often. And so, hey, Tracy, how are you? Hey, Roberto, nice of you to stop by, buddy. You're late, I might add. But, hey, how's Walt? How's Walt doing? Walt is a month ago, I told people to go rescue a dog, and damn if Roberto didn't go out and get Walt. And Walt is a great addition to their family. So anyway, yeah, it costs about $12,000 to do, and then you can learn how to run it on leased access. Now my cheese hat is off. I got to cut the glares. So one of the tips is to tip your temples up to cut the glare off. So all I had to do was just basically give them the questions and show up, and they had makeup people there and all that stuff. So not that hard. But I will tell you that it will set you way apart from your competitors to have one of those. All right, let's get to the news. Very serious things going in the country. Some people in Manhattan federal court filed a federal lawsuit because the potato chip bag they had was only half full. I can't make this up. That's the truth. Sam Alsay and Desiree Nugent filed a federal lawsuit in Manhattan federal court. Now, this kind of reminds me of a joke that Jay Leno did a long time ago. He was consulting with Frito-Lay. They said, well, how can we sell twice as many chips? He said, fill freaking bag up. That's all you got to do to sell twice as many chips. So this is a real federal lawsuit going on. Tracy says, what are you referring to? I don't know what you're referring to, Tracy. Walt is awesome. He's actually done great in training, and he's going to be able to start his AKC Good Citizen. Yay, K9 class. Good. David, yeah, we need an update on Walt. Well, there it was. Oh, what is an infomercial? Oh, that's where you're making your own little TV show where you're being interviewed. Most of the time, for our type of things, it would be we're selling a book or a mentor program or a coaching program, and a attractive person that's a good interviewer is interviewing you across a table. And we made it 28.5 minutes so we could play it on least access television or put it on a DVD or run it off your website. So that's what an infomercial is. Yeah, about 12,000 if you get the fancier studio. You might be able to get it as low as 10 depending on the studio. But you get with Starlee Murray out of Texas, Starlee at StarleeMurray.com. Easy to find if you just check her on the web. Yeah, that would be a video, but it could play on TV, or you could put it on a DVD, or play it off your website. Oh, where is mine? Right now, mine is obsolete because of some of the things I said in it, so we pulled it off currently. But if you want to, you can email me, and I'll find a link to it on YouTube somewhere and send it to you, Tracy, so you can see what they look like. All right? Okie doke, let's see, what's next? Oh, I've always been against this. I mean, people think that I'm in a contest like this half my life, but a Denver guy died while in a donut eating contest. All right, and so this is like the Darwin Awards. If you're not familiar with them, it's how people die in the dumbest way, and so this would kind of fall into that category. But here's something serious that I want to tell you about, because I had a entertainment company, and we did balloon deliveries, and we had helium tanks everywhere, and everybody always wants to suck some helium, and then it makes their Mickey Mouse voice. Don't do that. Don't ever let your child do that. People, like, here they're alive, they do that, boom, they're dead, like that. The helium replaces the air in their lungs, and they're done. They just suffocate from the inside out. It's crazy. And when people do this on TV, I write the station and I tell them that's not responsible to show people doing that, because people drop dead from that. So don't do that. Roberta says low carb donuts wouldn't have done that. Let's see. Warren just put like shitload of donuts there. Tracy says, gave him up years ago. Yep, I gave him up, but it wasn't years ago, really. Okay, let's see what's next. Now, this is kind of a strange thing in light of the way the world is right now. I want to make equal time, so I'll put this on this shoulder for him. Oh, hey, this could be a good pillow, too. Cheese pillow. You take a bite when you're hungry. So anyway, there's a San Diego police officer named Christine Garcia, and she identifies as a transgender. And she was turned away from Transgender Day remembrance in the LGBT community center because they thought the sight of a policeman would turn everybody else away, and she was one of the organizers, and the other organizers kicked her out of the thing. So you can't get me for discrimination when they discriminate themselves. Let's see what else we got here. This is another bizarre kind of thing. Alan Johnson Sr. of Meriden, Connecticut, was driving a tractor trailer. That's his job. Up Interstate 89 near Williston, Vermont. This happened on November 2nd last year. He was clocked at 63 miles an hour when he turned over the truck because he was standing up in the cab trying to change his pants. Why? I have no idea if he shit himself and he didn't want to lose any time over it, or why you would try to change your pants in an 18-wheeler rolling down the road is beyond me. So all right, now we're getting into the dumb criminal section. This guy robbed 4 banks, or there was 4 bank robberies in the Boston area within a certain period of time, and they're wondering if they were linked. Well, the robbers left a note at each holdup, and robbery was spelled or was misspelled the same way each time. He spelled it Robery, robbery. So they found the guy from that note that he had done all 4 jobs. But the dumbest one this week is some teens were hassling this lady at an ATM machine and distracting her while the other teens went and stole her cell phone out of her car. Okay, yeah, they're on their way to be really cool criminals, right? They can misdirection. Except they went back and took selfies with the phone, which automatically uploaded them to her iCloud account. And so they're taking selfies. They stole her phone, and they just showed the police the iCloud account, and they all got arrested. So that's your dumb criminals for the week. All right, let's get into the scam bag, where what do we find in the scam bag? Scumbags. Tracy wants to know who does my research. Tracy, when you make a lot of money on the internet, you got a lot of time on your hands, and so I see a lot of weird stuff. Actually, every morning and every evening, I go through apps on Fox News and CNN, and I notice things, and then I'll forward themselves to my email, and I put the word live for Facebook Live, and then I search them all out on Saturday or Sunday morning, and then I write the show from that. So it all comes from the news. And there's another place called News of the Weird. If I'm short on stupid news in a week, then I'll go to News of the Weird and look at it. Or I'll call Roberto. He's always got something weird going. Warren says, I have a Google alert for octopus. Yeah, and I haven't done that for this, but Google alerts are great because you can put keywords in them, and then every news item that has that keyword will be sent to your email. So that's another way you can research all kinds of topics, not just for this, but for your regular business. Tracy says, how about do helium donuts kill? Yeah, if you combine that, so it'll explode probably. Okay, let's see. What do we got on the scam bag? Yeah, that's where we find the scumbags, remember. You got to watch out for real fake news sites, all right? And I'm not talking about CNN. People make fake news sites. You may have seen one with Anderson Cooper on, which is interesting because he is from CNN, and Stephen Hawking, the guy in the wheelchair. And they're saying that Anderson Cooper and Stephen Hawking have endorsed a brain booster product or some other health product. Totally fake. Do not click on it. If you do get any kind of product, it won't work. It's never been tested. They're just scammers. If you're lucky enough to even get a product, which they may just be grabbing your credit card number and selling it on the black market. So watch out. Make sure if you see a news site, it's really the real site. Other than usually the box comes in a little bit smaller in your browser. It's like a popover. So that's a tip-off, too, that it's not real. Tracy says, I want to do a show. You inspired me. That probably means, man, if a guy like that can do it, I can do it. Is that what you mean, Tracy? I don't blame you. Roberto says, weird news. When you do what Tom says when he mentors you, it works. Think long-term and not just short. Okay, well, thank you. Let's see. What else we got there? Dean says, with the world the way it is, how could you ever be short of stupid news? Yeah, that's a very good point, Dean. Okay, so your self-defense tip. This is a serious thing. In Washington State, a man was arrested after killing an intruder who was in his home taking a shower. All right, now, this is not funny. So the guy comes in his home. There's somebody taking a shower. And so he runs out to his truck, gets his gun, and runs back in and shoots through the shower curtain, which is the stupidest thing you could possibly do, kills the person, and he's charged with manslaughter, and rightfully so. This is the fodder that all the anti-gun assholes use. And this guy, first of all, if there's somebody in your home and you don't have to protect a child or your spouse or something, get the hell out and keep running and call the police. It's not your job to enforce that or go against it could be it could have been somebody faking with the shower on, standing there ready to kill you. Or it could be a mentally disturbed person that doesn't deserve to die over being disoriented and maybe thinking they're in their own home and no danger to you. So the rule is, when you are not in danger, that's a flip of a switch right here. It's like, if you're in danger, you have certain, not obligations, but you have certain rights. But if you're not in danger, that switch is flipped, and if you do something to this person, you're the criminal now. So if you're going to do this, or you're going to do anything with guns, you get damn good training, and you make sure you're the right temperament. Because I'd rather you not have a gun if you're not right temperament. And there might be somebody listening here, a friend of mine, that keeps bugging me to help her learn to shoot, and I won't do it because she's not competent to do it. She's an airhead. So she knows who I'm talking about, and I love her to death. But she's just not the right person to give a gun to. All right, but there's plenty of other things that she and you can do to protect yourself. Go over to Brutal Self-Defense, get yourself a thing there, and there's hundreds of ways I can teach you. Roberto was there, Alan Baris was there as one of the instructors, Warren was there. So it was totally real-world stuff, but we didn't do anything with guns other than to teach you how to disarm, only if it's dire circumstances, active shooter, and you can't run, all right? Run first. All right, Dean says, Nevada, the liberal leadership is looking to make harming a criminal intruder while protecting yourself as a lawsuit by the criminal intruder. Yeah, I saw that in the news last week. Yeah, it's just crazy. Warren says, yeah, I was the punching bag. Let's see. Roberto says, weird news when you... Oh, we got that one. Okay, so don't get guns in your hands unless you're willing to train and train and train and stay sharp, and you are the right temperament to stay calm and as calm as possible in the face of dire circumstances. Cray, I don't know what that means. Yeah, flashlight. You must have been on here before. Flashlight's one of my main weapons. Pepper spray. You got to be careful with that. You don't want to spray yourself, and indoors that can have a lot of collateral damage. Knife, unless you're really damn good and you're a savage, no knife. Anyway, go over and just read the sales letter, Tracy. You'll see all the stuff we cover there. Mary Lee says, uh-oh, I'm the only female on here, but it's not me. No, you're not the only female, Mary Lee. People aren't making comments that are on here that are female. So it's not you, and you're not an airhead. Well, I haven't talked to you for a while, but, you might have grown into one. I don't know. But you do sell great oils, essential oils. Melly says, okay. Tracy says that's exactly what Texas teaches in their CWP program. They call it different. Ours is like CCW or something. So, all right. So anyway, that's that. Hey, Craig, how are you? Internet tip. Yeah, we know Mary Lee is not an airhead. So hide your products. This was something that I was, again, reminded of this weekend because Corey Rudel in 1996 told me that, hey, this is, if I get tired, I could just, yeah, this is very comfortable. Yeah, Mary Lee, what? No, we said you're not an airhead, Mary Lee. Don't ask again or I'll have to change my mind, all right? Warren says, hey, Carol, hi, coach. That's one of my tennis coaches. This guy was a pro tennis player, and man, he can serve, buddy. Man, we got to get together again, coach, to help me out on that. So let's see, hide your products. Yeah, you don't want to hit people in the face with your products because it increases sales resistance. Yeah, Mary Lee has been around a while for this too, and she has Corey Rudel's CD set. Yeah, it goes way back. Tracy says, I have his original book on how to buy a car. Yeah, he made a fortune on car secrets, something about car secrets. Car Secrets Revealed, I think, was the first one. But he was my first teacher, and I made nothing for the first 2 years, 94 to 96. And as soon as I got good training, I started making lots of money. So get good training. I wonder where you get it now. Anybody know? Yeah, right here. Okay, let's see. Speaking tip. Okay, yeah. One of the ways you can get a lot of custom humor. See, so many people want to be funny, but they're afraid and they don't train hard enough. But a lot of times you can get a humor right from the crowd. So when I go to a new group, yep, you have to research. I call at least 15 audience members, a cross-section of whatever their duties are in the organization, and I interview them. And one of the questions I ask is, anything funny happened? And you'll get some of the greatest inside information, but here's a warning. You want to clear it with 2 or 3 different people, because if somebody has an agenda and you say something that everybody else would piss everybody else off, you just bombed, and they're sitting back saying, oh, we got him to say that, but now it's not on us. He did it. So make sure you clear it with at least several people. But this one lady, I was doing some state something or other, and she said this. All I did was write what she said down and read it, and the place was in hysterics, literally. Now, it was her humor, but I gave her credit, and I'm the one on stage that everybody had a good time, so it reflected on me. But here's what she said. Remember, she works for the state. She said, the reason the governor was building so many new jails is that when the state employees have to start committing armed robbery to make ends meet, he'll have some place to put us. And they're all state employees, so they just freaked out laughing because it was just so right on. See? So that's how you get humor a lot of times. The inside humor is ask what's funny is happening and then double check it with several people. All right, let's get to the a-hole of the week. I left my heart in San Francisco. They cited a homeless man for eating a piece of pizza at a bus stop. This is the sanctuary city that lets poor Kate Steinle get blown away, and they're worried about a homeless person eating a piece of pizza. And it was even a stretch of the law. You're not allowed to eat on public transportation. The guy wasn't even on the bus yet. He was at the bus stop. And so this officer decides he's going to interpret the law like these asshole judges in Hawaii and stuff, and expand it to the bus stop. Now, it's a $250 fine. Do you think they're going to collect that fine? I doubt it. Do you think it's going to eat up $1,000 worth of court time on this? Because he ain't going to show up. They're going to issue a bench warrant for the guy for not showing up. Somebody's going to run around trying to find this guy sleeping on a park bench somewhere and serve him. You've been served. What? and he's probably eating a piece of pizza on the bench when he gets served. Fucking ludicrous. And this is the same idiots that are the sanctuary city people. So the city of San Francisco, especially the cop that did this to this poor homeless man. I mean, homeless to start with, and then, this kind of crap. I mean, it's probably more hassle for all of us regular citizens than it was for the guy, because he ain't going to show up. He's going to throw the thing in the garbage and try to find another piece of pizza out of a dumpster to eat somewhere. All right? It's just ludicrous. All right. Warren says, I didn't get that. Yeah, Tracy says, wow. Jeff says, sing it, baby, sing it. Tracy says, I like lewds. Is that, or ludicrous? I don't know what you mean there, Tracy. Okay, but now let's get to the stuff I really like, is the heroes, everyday heroes. A little boy, 9 years old, I believe. Camden Smith is his name. Camdyn. Was at home with his mom, and she has a little baby, and him, and she's complaining of she's having trouble breathing, and he's saying, the rapper, right? Ludicrous. He's saying, Mom, we got to go to the doctors. And she keeps resisting. And he keeps after her. Apparently, he had a class in school that he actually paid attention to. And they actually interviewed the person that taught the class about how to watch for people being sick, or if your mommy and daddy do this or that. And he paid attention. And the mom kept complaining she couldn't breathe, and now he's starting to get agitated, and so he goes and puts his coat on, his shoes on. He says, Mommy, I'm calling 911. We are going to the hospital. And she's fighting him the whole way. She says, no, I just need to take a nap. And he would not hear to it. He called 911. They took her to the hospital, and they rushed her right to the to surgery. She had a pulmonary embolism, which is where your lungs are filling up with blood. Had she taken a nap, she would not have woken up. So this little boy is a hero. He took care of his mother, and they interviewed him afterwards, and he says, yeah, I love my mommy. I can't have anything happen to her. And so, I'm not in favor of kids not being, listening to their parents, but this is just a beautiful boy and a beautiful story of a family bond and a smart kid that pays attention in school and goes in school and is not out breaking windows and protesting crap. Yeah, John says, awesome hero story. So that's my hero of the week. Camden Smith saved his mommy's life from a pulmonary embolism. All right, well, that's our show for this week. Get over there to the thedeplorables.tv. Check out all the stuff we're doing with the show. Throw in a few bucks if you don't mind. You can be anonymous if you like. And as always, let me get my cheese hat back on. You got to put these on a certain way. This is not a what's that triangle that's got exact things on it? This is not one of those. And I'm going to be wearing this to the next black tie dinner I go to. And just like always, stay home if you can. I like staying home. Yeah, David says, a great hero. Tracy says, woohoo. And stay safe. Learn how to protect yourself and your family. Get over to brutal self-defense. And just, even like I said, read the sales letter. You'll learn something. Dean says, rocket, bro. Have a great week. You too, Dean. And make some money if you can. Catch you next week.